Welcome to the Little Ruby Sew Along at the Fat Quarter Shop. Camille Ross Kelly designed this amazing quilt for us, and I've got lots of tips to share with you. I will say this quilt is one of the most gratifying quilts I've ever made because there's lots of little steps, and so I'm going to show you all the tips to make it a breeze for you. This sew along is available in 3 parts. We're going to be releasing the different parts 2 weeks apart, and you can download all of the free patterns on the Jolly Jabber blog. So let me show you part 1. To make this quilt, you need 2 print jelly rolls and 2 solid jelly rolls. We're using the Little Ruby and the White Bella Solids. For your background and binding, you need 2 5/8 yard, and for your backing, 4 1/4 yards. Now we're going to be using some specialty tools that you're going to absolutely love when you're done with this project. We're using the Creative Grids hexagon trim tool, and we're using the double strip ruler by Creative Grids. And I'm also using a cream Arfil 2000 for this quilt. Now let's move to cutting. To start, you're going to select 54 jelly roll strips from your prints and 54 solid prints. Then from your background fabric, you're going to cut 11 4.5 by width of fabric strips for your hexagons, 3 4.5 by width of fabric strips for your triangles, and 8 2.5 by width of fabric strips for your binding. Now let's move to subcutting. We're going to start with our fabric C strips, and we're going to be using our hexagon trim tool. From each strip, we're going to cut 5 half hexagons for a total of 54 hexagons. So I'm going to show you how you cut them. You're going to place your ruler on one end of your fabric. You're going to make sure the top is lined up with the top of the fabric and the straight line is lined up. And we're going to cut. When you cut, you also want to cut these little nicks. It makes it easier to line up later. You're going to keep cutting until you have 5 hexagons cut per strip. Now we've cut our hexagons, we're going to move on and cut our triangles. We're going to be using our Fabric D strips and our Creative Grids double strip ruler. We're going to cut 12 triangles from each strip to make a total of 36 triangles. So you're going to place your ruler on your fabric. You're going to line up the top of the triangles and this solid black line. And then we're going to be cutting. Now when I cut, I do cut toward myself, and I do that just because it's easier, quicker. You might not want to do that at home, but I've been quilting for 15 years and I've never had an accident. So when I'm doing these videos, I always just show how I really do it, but you can definitely do it, however you want. If you feel comfortable, do it. If you don't, then, change up your method. And you're going to see that you got little triangles from both directions. And so just keep continuing until you have a total of 36 triangles. Now I'm going to flip my fabric and I'm going to keep cutting. So that's all for part 1 of our Little Ruby Sew Along. Make sure to subscribe to the Fat Quarter Shop YouTube channel so you're going to be notified when part 2 is released. Thanks for watching.